Hello everyone and welcome to Game 8. Today we'll be giving our first impressions of an indie mech game called Garrison Archangel. This game was made by a small Filipino team and was fully released on May 15, 2020, featuring a lot of epic mech battles and of course, a lot of mech customization. So no time to waste, let's dive in and see what sets it apart from the other titles of the same genre. In Garrison Archangel, you get to pilot your own mech to complete contracts set out to you by different groups and organizations very reminiscent of the Armored Core games. Each mission has you take on a mission from a client to disrupt the rival group's business and operations. The more you do contracts for one certain group, the more the other groups will be discouraged to do business with you losing contracts and mech parts you can get from these companies too. So tread carefully if you're eyeing that swanky new equipment from the other side. Ranging from simple elimination missions to survival missions, each contract gives you money depending on their difficulty. The more missions you take, the more money you can use to buy some more of those sweet mech parts. Speaking of mech parts, mech customization is definitely the main selling point, giving you many ways to increase your arsenal, ranging from melee weapons to ranged weapons. Hack and slash with a sword and rain bullets at your enemies with guns. You can even equip the shield to give yourself an extra layer of defense. And there's more, you can assign a weapon on each hand. So you can choose to have 2 swords in both hands or even 2 guns. And if your hands are full of deadly weapons, you can deck out your shoulders and back with missiles to giant back thrusters. Once you find your perfect attack brew, you can upgrade them into the main part of your arsenal. Some parts can even upgrade the overall performance of your mecha by increasing its armor or health. With these multitude of parts, they can really allow you to tailor your mech to fit your personal playstyle. And after we are done building our dream mech, you can jazz it up a notch by customizing each part in different colors. You can even change up how your mech poses when you finish a mission. Wait a minute, is that a JoJo reference? Yes! Now that we're done customizing our dream mecha, let's actually put it to the test in a live battle. You'll be required to fight enemies to complete the missions you take. The game has a combo system where you do a different move based on the input. Depending on the weapon you have equipped, you can either charge towards an enemy or even quickly spin to do a sideswipe if you input the right attack at the right time. This allows you to quickly get in damage on an enemy or get behind their guard. These make some of the dual type missions fun to play, and knowing which directional attack to use will really help you defeat some of the tankier baddies. And speaking of duels, there are also special missions where you take part in a mech fighting tournament. These put you up against some really tough duels against special opponents. Fighting and winning against these bad boys unlocks a preset version of that mech. Although these types of missions are really meant for when you truly grasp how combat works, as these duels are very difficult even when fully decked and upgraded. As fun as the Garrison Archangel is, we do have a few gripes with some of the combat. When a flood of enemies swarm the screen, it's really hard to keep track of everything happening. Sometimes you would just mash the attack button, hoping it would stack onto something from the other team. And this also applies to some of the duels. Sometimes we still swing our weapons around in hopes it's enough to outdamage our combatant. And when we look at the battlefield, the stages can get very repetitive, lacking in mission variations, and overall, it doesn't help that there isn't really an overarching story to keep us hooked all the way. Plus, another teeny tiny gripe is that the voices for the pilots are either lacking or strange.
Ah! I can't do this, man. I'm getting out of here.
Everyone just heard that Wilhelm scream, right? It's not just us. But despite the weird voices that kinda fill your head, don't let that stop you from trying this game out. The gaming loop is engaging enough, especially if you enjoy games where you build your own robot to fight other robots. Creating your own mecha and being able to see it mow down tons of our other enemies really awakens something out of you. If you really want to scratch the Armored Core itch, maybe give this game a try.